taking a giant stride towards realizing their dream of creating a new state. Major stakeholders from the old Ijebu province have formed a harmonization committee. The decision was reached at a consultative meeting held at the palace of the Akaribo and paramount ruler of Remoland, His Royal Majesty Oba Babatunde Adewale Ajayi. Attended by dignitaries, royal fathers, and able representatives of the Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebuland, His Royal Majesty Oba Sikiru Adetono. The meeting created an atmosphere for fusion among Ijebu and Remo stakeholders.
We fully support it, and it's one of the best things to happen to us in this area, because out of the provinces that were created in 1937, only Ijebu province have not become state. Others have become 2 times, 3 times states, but we have not.
More than enough resources in terms of manpower, in terms of economic resources, in terms of social resources, in terms of facilities, in terms of manpower, in terms of history, in terms of the need for equity, justice, and fairness. In every parameter of it, we are more than qualified to have a state carved out of the old Ijebu province to be carved out of the present Ogun State.
In the words of Kabiyesi Awujale, between us, we should use this avenue to discuss the matter of creation of a new state of old Ijebu province, truthfully and honestly, amongst ourselves, and agree on a common position to move ahead as one with common goal. I can confirm that I endorsed a document for Kabiyesi Awujale on creation of state, Exhibit A, which is with me here. So many reasons, including expediency, warranted it. There was no reason for me not to have signed. So, we are determined to have shared prosperity based on equity, fairness, and justice.
I bring good tidings from the Awujale and all the Alailoas in Ijebuland and all the good people of Ijebuland. I am privileged to know that everything that has been done thus far on this agitation were done by the 2 paramount rulers. This shows that there has been a lot of synergies, a lot of meetings between the 2 paramount rulers working on the agitation, which obviously all of us are very interested in. I've also seen that the Akaribo himself has also made reference to the fact that what binds us is far, far more than what can separate us. And I'm equally happy that our senator, who has also been working tirelessly on this aspect, also laid emphasis on that.
His Excellency, the Senator representing Ogun East District at the Red Chambers of the National Assembly, Otumba Gbenga Daniel, who sponsored a bill in December 2024 for the new state out of the old Ijebu province, in his remarks at the meeting emphasized the need for leaders to work in harmony towards their goal.
I believe that there must be a divine reason why God put me at the National Assembly at this point in history, and why Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, is our president at this time. Let me also retrace that in this matter of a new state, I cannot and do not want to be a governor. Neither do I desire to be a senator. All these efforts are for the sake of our children and the younger ones to which the future rightly belongs. As a senator during this process, getting involved in this process and at this time is an inevitable duty as a man cannot be bigger than the constituency he represents. I'm not under any illusion that securing a state, especially under a civilian government, is going to be an easy task. But having studied Section 8 and 9 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic, I am persuaded that creating a new state from the old Ijebu province, from the present Ogun State, is long overdue and it is doable. The easiest path to tread in a controversial circumstances such that we are in at the moment, from me, might be to fold my arms and to do nothing. But I remain convinced that doing nothing is out of the question, and it is not part of the qualities that great and futuristic leaders are known for.
The creation of the Harmonization Committee is a crucial step in addressing concerns and presenting a united front.
Let me reemphasize that the efforts towards the creation of this new state is not for the benefit of only Ijebu province, but rather to correct historical, economic, social, and political injustices on both our peoples from the old Abeokuta and Ijebu province. It was to right the wrongs of history, which tend to shorten both our people on the divides. It was an effort to increase our joint and collective participation in the affairs of our country, to take our fair share and also benefit from our commonwealth fairly, equitably, individually, and collectively as a people. It is our hope that the joint committees being set up will give us a consensus to enable progress, and hopefully issues of anticipated local government and other issues will be resolved. I therefore call our brothers in Egbaland and in Yewaland as well to see this effort as shared opportunities for mutual benefits for both states and our people as we therefore proceed, because we need their votes too. We plead with them to join us in this quest as it increases our prosperity together and expand the frontiers of opportunities for our people to thrive together. As an illustration, for example, our participation in national discourse becomes more robust because instead of 3 senators where Ogun East has 1, Ogun Central has 1, Ogun West has 1, we are now going to have 6 senators. Ogun Central we have 3, and Ogun East, where we are, we have 3 instead of 1. So you have 3 OGDs instead of 1 OGD. Amongst other advantages, while also increasing opportunities for many aspirations to flourish in the number of representations that we will have in both chambers at the National Assembly. The accrual revenue for our Commonwealth will also go further round to meet the needs of our collective development. Of course, we as human beings have differences in opinion. That is the way it should be, because we are educated and enlightened. The idea of the Joint Stakeholders Committee is to consult ourselves and find common grounds, to create consensus. People should not jump guns, and let us make progress.
With the committee in place, stakeholders can work together to resolve issues such as the naming of the proposed state and the location of its capital. A similar meeting for the push for a new state out of the old Ijebu province held in December 2024 at the Palace of the Aujale of Ijebu land in Ijebu, southwest Nigeria. The formation of the Harmonization Committee is a positive step towards achieving the creation of a new state from the old Ijebu province rooted in historical precedents.
It's the right thing to do, and we really have to congratulate and appreciate the proponents of this new state, particularly in the person of Otumba Agbenga Daniel. I think it's the right thing to do, and it's the right move for the creation of additional state out of the old Ijebu province.
You know, it has been a long time that this desire has been in motion, and Personally, I don't like, putting politics into affairs. If not, it would have been created since that time that it has been. Now it is overdue.
It's a perfect concept from our Senator, Engineer Benga Daniel. We have been hoping to have this ever since, but now it's come and it's real.
We've been waiting for this for so long. I think this is the right time, and I hope this time around we will get there.
Recall that in August 1991, several provinces that had been established as states were further divided into 2 or more states. Examples include Sokoto, Kano, Zaria, Oyo, amongst others. This development sets a valid and logical basis for the old Ijebu province to be transformed into a state, given the historical context.
And it was so many years after that the British, their colonies, sought a way of dividing the Remo people and the Ijebu people for their commercial interests. So what you have right now is a study in our history against the fight of colonial history. So the colonial history has beclouded so many judgments, has caused the animosity, has caused, because really and seriously we are one. We are one. And I'm talking about from 800. You go Google it, you'll find out. So the Awujale and the Akarigo have taken a historic step to reunite the kingdom the way it was when we first set our feet on earth.
We have all decided to go together and make a request for the creation of this state. I pray to God that in your lifetime, Kabisi, and the lifetime of our Alairua, Kabisi of this quest, this desire shall be properly and firmly rooted in our mind. I thank God for this day, all of us, because we are today all witnesses, we are witnesses to this ceremony for centuries to come. This meeting today will represent the joint decision of the people of Remo as well as Ijebu. I pray to God that all of us sitting here today, this state will come to fruition in our lifetime.
Traditional rulers and some stakeholders present at the SAGAMU version of the consultative meeting on the creation of a new state out of the old Ijebu province took turns to endorse the project, expressing their unhallowed support for the push.
Alailua, the paramount ruler of Rwanda, Babawa, thanks for hosting this. Your Excellency, you have been doing a good job, and God Almighty will honor your effort. All Alailua sitting here, all Alailua from Ijebu and from Remo side, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Papa Ujale is so much interested in Ijebu state, and by the grace of God, we are going to have it. But Papa said, we must put things according to how it's supposed to be. We must agree that we are going together in the first instance. Ijebu state is for both of us. The Baba said, we, both Remo and Ijebu, do we agree to go together in the first place? One. Then, do Remo want to go on their own? Two, maybe they want to create Remo State, or they want to remain with Ogun State. So we should clear that between us before we move forward. Baba emphasized on that, so that when we start, there will be no issues between us. And I think when we clear this one, everything will be okay. That's the message for Baba. Thank you.
Voice of our state capital must also be decided.
The gathering today as for a common cause, which is to actualize a long-standing dream of a state to be created out of the old Ijebu province and hence from the present Ogun State. The creation of a new state is doable, and that it is possible to have a consensus on that creation. What unites us as a people far outweigh the things that separate us. And finally, of course, that this is not going to be a sprint. This is a marathon.
It's reasonable to argue that the Ijebu province should be granted statehood without further delay.